me just make sure that's got the right microphone. There we go. I don't know, my OBS just reset all its settings today, and apparently it took off my microphone, man. Weird stuff. But now you guys should be able to hear me. Let me know if you do. Come on. Give me the sound. Give me the sound. Yes, you have sound now. Okay, good. All right, sorry about that. Like I said, my OBS has been doing some weird stuff lately. Yeah, I went to do a video and it was not set up the right way. So it is what it is. Let's go. Let's get this done. How are you guys doing? We're going to look today at what to look at after Bitcoin Miami. We're also going to look at like a little bit of a recap of what things happen in Bitcoin Miami, what things are relevant. And, you know, does this mean the market's going to come back this week? Or is that just hopium? So we're going to look at all those aspects and those flavors. We are giving away 2 pairs of shades today, so you guys let me know if you want a pair of the coach shades. We are going to be sending those out once a week, so if people won last week, we'll be doing that this week. We're just collecting all your information so we can do one big meeting at the post office to send out all that stuff. Hit bottom sideways weeks, months. Yes. Coach, Mobify is still under seed price. It is. So there's projects that got wrecked because retail sold and then got panicked and got even more selling going on. And then what happens generally, this is something really good to understand, that generally when people start to sell, everyone doesn't want to be the last person to sell. And when you're retail and you people have a lot of money that you really don't want to see go back down, you start selling too because you don't want to lose that profit. What is happening is everyone's selling at the same time and everyone wrecks the price. And it even gets so wrecked that like people took initial and now they're like, whatever, it's under my seed amount, but I already took my initial, so it's just pure profit. And I think that's what's happening right now with a lot of these projects. Coach, why did FXF pump? Well, guys, there are very, 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 very large players looking at FXF. I invested in equity, so you got to know there are other people that are going to do so as well. You got to understand who the partners are of FXF. You got the biggest exchanges in the world already partnered. Bitstamp, Bitfinex, Binance, Coinbase, Huobi, OKX, you name them, they have them. So there's going to be more liquidity on FXF and one platform aggregated than there is anywhere else in the world. So this should be very good for traders. And this is why I'm very bullish. So because FXF is flipping awesome. Well, let me just show you some stuff real quick because I didn't actually open up Dex Tools. So let me just do that quickly and show you what I'm actually looking at, because for some reason, man, I'm having weird stuff with my computer today. I went away for 2 days to just chillax with the fam and stuff was going weird. So who wants these shades? You guys know how to get at me. Don't forget. Oh, look at Kuma. Man, remember these good old days where we called Kuma? Those were fun. But now all these coins that are out, they're all losing a lot of their steam and a lot of people are moving on. Surprise, surprise. Someone might have told you to do that. So FXF, it was at the bottom, guys. That's why it went up. It has a lot of partners. That's why it went up. It has funds that realize they probably have to hold FXF to be able to get access to all the deal flow. So they're also looking at it. There's a lot of people looking at it, okay? Now, what am I looking at here? So, look, it had almost a full retracement, and now it's gone up almost, well, basically to this point, it went up 3x. FXF is now in a bull flag formation, and honestly, I told you guys, I sold a bunch of my Binance, even though I have tons of FXF, to buy more FXF, because I think it's way undervalued, and if you think of 2-3 years from now, if it does what Binance Coin did, well, it will be worth hundreds of dollars, so I'm taking that risk. It's a good risk to take for me personally. Now, let's get away from FXF. Let's get to the market and look at what it's showing us as a whole, because we need to look at Bitcoin and see, okay, it's one thing to say, like, all right, you know, we're going to go sideways and up, but when are we actually going to get out of this? This is what you guys all want to know. You're all going, coach, but I don't care about this chart. I want to know, when are we going to get bullish again? I want to know, what should I be doing? That's a good question. What I'm telling you guys, and what I'll keep telling you guys, because everyone wants you to be impatient. Everyone wants you guys to be impatient. Why? Because that's how they make money from you. We're likely, very, very likely to stick within this range right here for a while. This range between 40,000, 41,000, and 33,000. We will bump around, and you see we're already doing it. We went down once, we came up to the top. We went down again, we came almost to the top. We went back down again. You should probably expect this. Now, when we get closer to where this cloud is, now it's angled down, which is good. We almost want the cloud to angle down and look like this. This is what you should be looking for it to angle down, for it to flatten out, and then for this top to stay flat. Something like this would be an ideal situation for us to go bang, 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 pop in the cloud, go through the cloud, break out, and then on to bullishness. That's the bull case right here. We get above that level. That's what we're looking for. Okay? Everyone else that tells you anything else, you know, they might have different strategies, but this is mine. Mine is that I would love for this to see it to flatten out. I'd love for this to come down and flatten out right around this level. And I would like to see us go sideways, break into it by the end of July, and then start to really see the last end of the bull market push. Because we still have only 89% of the wallets out there right now. And where we'll come on tomorrow and explain that, we still only have 89% of the wallets. So that's something you have to be cognizant of. You have to understand. I know that my camera's doing some weird stuff, guys. I've been having some weird issues with it lately. So, yeah, bode with me. I know it's annoying that it keeps unfocusing, but it's literally out of my control. So we'll do what we can. All right. Questions. I see so many comments, guys. Wow. Okay, let me try to catch up to these. Let me pop this out a little bit so I can have it closer to where I'm looking at, because I have 5 screens, guys, and sometimes it becomes extremely distracting. All right, let's see what we got here. Mobifies under speed. Okay, so now I'm getting back here. All right, give me them glasses, coach. All right, Aaron, you know how to hit me up, guys. My information is at coachkcryptoteam@gmail.com. Go there. We are setting up our coach.vip, coachk.vip website. So that'll be up soon. You guys can go see that's coming soon. And that will be coming, and really excited for that. And yes, race to the bottom. Okay, let me catch up. If you guys commented earlier and I didn't say anything, you can just re-comment again, just so I don't have to go through all of them. This guy has no idea how to read candles. Ask him to read a chart without the cloud. No problem, GoldenEye. Let me okay, let me take the cloud off for you so I can show you that you have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, and why I am the millionaire here who's made 100 millionaires, and why you just want clout. So let's do the clout thing for Mr. GoldenEye. Okay, Mr. GoldenEye, let's read some candlesticks here. What do we see here? Is this a candlestick that we care about? Absolutely not. Why? Because it has no support or resistance. What do we see here? An indecision doji and an indecision doji followed by a 3 inside up, which I called. And then we went long, and then it came up to about 39.3, which was the level of resistance as I drew on my chart last week, just for the amateurs here that think they know better than me. And yeah, we shorted there. We longed, got to resistance, we shorted the resistance, took profit on resistance, and look where it came back down to, my level. Guess where we exited that trade? So people that want to know better than me, please, I will let you come on to the show and show us. There's no reason to think that you're better than anyone else. I don't think I'm better than anyone else. I'm a trader. I worry about my trades, my style. And honestly, guys, anyone who's a trader who listens to everyone else, they're not a trader. They do not have confidence. They are someone who will lose you money. Simple as that. The reason why traders come off as cocky, arrogant assholes, the reason why we do that is because if we weren't, we would be shit traders. Straight up. That's the fact. So all you guys have to understand is that no one's right, but I trade off of the Ichimoku because it works. But do I need to trade off the Ichimoku? Can I trade a naked chart? I think you should ask all the Yield.app level 4 and 5s if they can. But that's enough worrying about all the haters out there. Because haters, ultimately, that's what they're going to do and hate. And you know how you deal with them? You laugh at them. And just like I did when I played football in college, I look at the scoreboard and I say, my team's beating your team. My account's bigger than your account. That's all I'm going to say, because there's a lot of arrogant dickheads in this space that think they can talk down to everyone, and they have not proven shit. Sorry, I went on a rant, but it needed to be said. All right, let's look at what's going on here. A lot of questions and comments, I'm sure, came out of that, but that's all right. I like these ones. Beaten low caps can go back up. Yes, some of them can. We have to look at fundamentals. Is anyone doing the same thing as anyone else? Right? So let me just go off with BTC without Ichimoku. So now we look at the 4-hour chart, and it's telling us the same story. Same story, right? All it would have told us is that my level was drawn perfectly off the daily and not to use the 4-hour, because had I used the 4-hour, I probably wouldn't have got out of that trade. But using the daily gave me a lot cleaner level of where I should be putting that level. And this is why you draw your daily levels and you do them not on short time frames like the 1 hour, where you're not really going to have a clear level, right? And that's why you do it on the daily. There's less information. It's a really strong trend on a daily chart. It's just way easier to trade. So Bitcoin looks okay. Honestly, the volume is shit. So we can't trade it yet. We're waiting. We're sitting on the sidelines and we're waiting for opportunities. Anyone who is telling you to do anything other than that is probably not a seasoned trader who knows to practice patience. 34K is definitely a possibility. So is, to be honest, all the way down here at around 33.6. If they come to those areas, who remembers my tweet yesterday where I had my levels at 34.777 and 33.777? Not specifically on an actual level. I just like using 7s because my own preference. Can I share the trading view setup and indicators? Yeah, sure. So I don't use all my indicators all the time. So I want you guys to understand that volume is king. Price action is king. If you can't trade off just this and this with levels, you are not a trader. You're not. You're someone who's looking to try to find a magical indicator that will make it so that you make more money. No. Okay, so that's first thing. What indicators I use? Very, very seldomly lately, I don't really need them anymore, are the VPVR and the TD sequential. So we're not even going to talk about those because you probably haven't seen me use them for a long time. And it's because I don't really need them. I just keep them there for confluence. I look at them to see maybe I'm right and maybe this also is going to agree. And I'm looking for that extra yes check mark before I enter a trade. So those will be used. But generally, what am I using? I'm using the Ali Ichimoku, which is Ichimoku focused on crypto settings. EMAs, so I'm using 100 EMA, 200 EMA, 21-day EMA, okay? Or the 21 EMA. And DWM is just daily open, weekly open, monthly open. So that's what that stands for, okay? The pivot indicator I don't use. It's just one of my friends. He asked me to look at it sometimes, so that's why it's there. And other than that, the hash ribbons. And the hash ribbons, to be honest, are only there because generally when these have flashed a buy in the past, and we're looking at them because it showed this, we didn't have a buy, it generally moons the market, right? Like every time we get a buy on hash ribbons, the market moons. It's almost never lost. It actually has never lost, to be honest. Every time it flashes a buy, it drops between 5 and 8% max, and then it goes up a lot more, at least 40 to 100%. So we know that. Now we're in, this never happened before, but we had two types of capitulation on this. So you look closely down here, you could see capitulation, and then you could see capitulation again. So when we get out of this phase, which will probably be right around, where I'm expecting in July, that would probably print a buy, which would give us another confluent. But I would not trade just off of the hash ribbons. That's how you get wrecked. All right, so those are the indicators that I use. Are Launchpad tokens worth it? Well, yes. Every time I've got a paid Launchpad token, it went up more than 3-4x. And guess what? If I didn't have paid, I wouldn't have got in those lotteries. I wouldn't have made those 3, 4, 5, 10, or IOS, however many X's that did. Okay, so that's what it is. Now, are all of them good? No. There's many Launchpads that are probably not going to survive. You have to find the ones that people are actually bullish on. And what I'm focusing now on is Launchpads that are focused on specific blockchains. Because a launchpad that connects to a blockchain, connects to the community, will do well regardless of bull or bear. And now when we get a bear market, they just won't be very active and they may die and they need to be rekindled. But right now, launchpads, as long as we're doing, are okay. KSM Starter is not a scam. There are a docs team. The guys, they're open. KSM Starter is a controversial one for a lot of people. And that's why some people, have said they don't like it, for example, because there's just some controversy around it. And the controversy around it is more like people that are true KSM lovers and DOT lovers don't love this. That's what it really comes down to. They just don't like it. And to each their own. No one has to like or not like anything. And so, to be honest, it is what it is. Sorry, I'm trying to fix my camera, but the OBS software today needs to be changed or something. So we'll figure that out later. Now, let's get back on to charts. ETH. Now, this is a really interesting chart. Why? Well, let's just have a quick look here. ETH closed inside of the cloud right here. Closed right there. And then it did something weird. While everything was going down, it printed a bullish candlestick. But guess what? We're still on the cloud. And so if you're in this trade, if you did go enter, even though we didn't close in the cloud on this candle that day, and you entered here, I don't think you're in a horrible position. Now, it's not broken above this 21 EMA. Now, this may not work out. This may work out. ETH has been more bullish than Bitcoin, but because it's in the cloud, because we have a bearish TK cross, because the candlesticks are still above the Chiku, it's still technically bearish, and we should still be looking for this to break down. But the fact of the matter is it didn't, and so we have to be cautious. But what I'm looking at here, again, what I talked about before, volume dissipation, price action going up. When we see the divergence, we know what's coming next. So we have to play that the same way, and this trade is not stopped out yet. So leave it go. That's what I'm saying. Now on the 4-hour, what's it telling us? 4-hour is not giving us much a different picture. It's rejected exactly what we talked about, this 200 EMA once, twice, 3, 4 times. If the next 4-hour candle, which opens in about 41 minutes, if that one also rejects the 200 EMA, likely the rule of 5 will tell us this comes back down. That's what we're looking for. And so we have not stopped out. We're going to wait and be patient. Many times these types of trades go back into our favor. So we're going to watch, wait, and be patient. Okay. Next up, we're going to look at ETH BTC. How has that been doing? Well, as ETH has stayed and held its levels while Bitcoin has dropped, obviously its dominance has grown against BTC, which means that it broke out of that range that we had been talking about. Now, looking down on the 4-hour, it was much clearer that we were going to break above and retest that level, which we did. We broke above, we retested lower, just as this showed, and it did exactly what we were waiting for. So broke above, came back and retest, and go higher. Doing just exactly what we love. Okay. Shades for trades. Who wants some shades? Tell me right now. I want to know. I want to know what you guys like. What you love. Sharing. Sharing's app came out. Sharing's app is out now. You can go and get the early adopter for the app. They're also going on Apple Store. It's out. It's official. They also met with the Prime Minister of Australia yesterday, and they have deep, deep connections in Thailand. I already know that for a fact. This is one of those projects like people are going to sleep on it, and it's going to moon again, like I told you way back down here when I was telling you, and it did a 10x. It's going to probably do something similar to that again. Just letting you know. ADA is still extremely bullish. Honestly, I still think we're going higher on ADA. I really, really do. So we're going to wait. It still has bearishness on the chart, but it's still extremely bullish on actually, it's not extreme. I wouldn't say extremely. Okay, I'll take that back. It's not extremely bullish, but compared to the rest of the market, it definitely is. So that's fair. Now, what we would wait for is this to break out, retest, and go higher. But what I'm seeing on ADA is this sloped cloud. I don't like trading into sloped clouds generally. As you guys know, from the bottom up and the top down, I don't like that. So let's be patient and wait to see what ADA wants to do. It's been on a really, really good spree. And I think we're just waiting for stuff to come. ADA's got smart contracts coming. Too much bullishness to not pay attention. It's Caveman from Trailer Park Boys. Who's that? Is that me? I'm Caveman? Cool. Yeah, Brandon Chanel. No one cares about you, bro. It's all good, man. You want to talk? What a dick to watch the stream just to troll. Relax, coach. Got this. Don't worry, man. People are going to be negative because they always want someone to blame. And what I'll tell you guys right now is this. Anyone that you know that is blaming anyone but themselves for anything that happened to their portfolio clearly have no responsibility or accountability for anything that they do. And they're probably the same type of people in real life that blame everyone else for things that they actually caused themselves. So like they'll get too drunk and shit will happen and then something will break and they'll blame someone else because they got drunk. You know, like these are the types of people and personalities you find. And those types of people, they're not worth your energy. You know what I mean? Like I just said that for everyone else to know. Now, someone said go look at Algo. So let's just have a quick look at Algorand. Let's see how it's been doing. I haven't looked at this thing for quite some time, to be honest. And honestly, there's not much. It's not ready yet. We still have this. This is a resistance, right? So if it comes and runs up, it'll probably reject that first. It still needs some more. Algo's not bullish yet. It's working. There's a lot of coins you're seeing here that are working towards it. This closes today where it is here. That's a 3-inch setup bounce off of the 200 EMA. That might be a good opportunity, but we'd be aiming probably for this flat Kijun. So we're looking to get into that cloud, really break in, but we're still bearish here. We still have a bearish TK cross that happened way up here. So we're not really in a perfect spot yet, but it might be a nice C clamp where you see the Tenkins kind of right here. It's looking that it might go even further down, which will create a nice C right here to push back higher into. Thoughts on Luna. Now, Luna we talked about last week, and it did exactly what we wanted it to do. You know, the idea that it dropped so hard, people were upset about, but that was the whole point of Luna. That's what it's supposed to do when the market dumps. So it did its job, even though it looked really harsh. And now it's kind of teetering, man. I don't want to touch this here. It doesn't look good. Volume is crap. You know what I mean? And this is the whole market right now. So I wouldn't trade much of anything unless I see something I'm like, whoa. Thanks for your opinion. Exactly what I thought you would say. Didn't have to be a dick about it. Sorry, man. Sometimes I'm a dick because I get so much hate from people when the market goes your way as an influencer. Everyone loves you. You're a god. You're amazing. And I'm always sitting there going like, dude, like there's going to be a time when I'm wrong. And then when you're wrong, because you told people at some point you're going to be wrong, like it's going to happen, then they hate you, you know? And it's just like, it's like you can't win being an influencer. There's a reason why I don't call myself an influencer. There's a reason why I started a fund. There's a reason why I'm doing things to step up out of maybe potentially even being an influencer. And it's because even Elon, you can see exactly why you shouldn't be an influencer. Because it's great to be one, but with joy comes pain. People will always love to hate on you for things that you don't even do yourself. It's like you lose money too from a trade and they're blaming you. It's like you didn't even tell them to go into the trade in the first place. But that's part of the game, man. You have to be able to deal with the haters, the people that are loving you, the people that are hating you. And you know what? I have haters. It's okay. Let them hate. That's their job. Let them do it. So we're seeing the C-clamp type formation on VeChain too. It's not looking like incredibly bullish, but it's not looking incredibly bearish either. So there's some hope there. I would wait for this to come down here, and I probably would enter a trade off of that potentially. So the reason why I'm saying that, I'm not 100% sure I will, but right now it looks like I might because we have a bullish Chiku, we have a bullish TK cross, we're outside the candles, but I think it might come down to retest this level. So what I've been doing is putting that there. I put my stop just a little bit below this low that happened twice here. So if it does dump down a bit, it won't wake me out. And then I'm just going to aim for a nice, simple, easy, either to the top of this level right here, as you can see. But I'm actually going to aim for just below the 200 EMA because I think it will go there. So it's a 5-hour trade. Don't be greedy. If you see it come to this level, for example, only to the Tenkin, and it rejects, you still have a 4-hour trade. So it's a really easy, low risk trade. You know, if you want to enter, wait for it, be patient. Okay, that's not something you enter right this second. Can you please chart Nano or AVAX? I can do AVAX. We'll do that first. I don't really chart Nano, so I haven't charted it, so it'd have to be a fresh chart. I can definitely do it though. Wow, what's going on here? This AVAX chart is telling me like when it actually flips bullish, it's gonna be nice. Why? We have a bullish TK cross. It's not really super bullish, but it's there. We're not really above the candlesticks, but we're not really below them too much. We're kind of stuck in between. So what I'd look for is a little bit of an impulse. We need volume. We need like one of these types of candles of volume. So volume has to pump back in for a couple of candles, couple hours. And I would enter when I saw a clear amount of volume above this level right here. I put my stop loss at the bottom of the cloud right there. And I would be aiming for the top of the cloud right here. That's where I'd be looking. I would take profit as well, right around this 200 EMA. which is a 2.5 hour trade, and if it continues going, even better. And I would also move my stop when it gets up there as well. Okay, so that's what you should be doing if you're looking at AVAX as an opportunity. I would not be jumping into trades right now, guys. Honestly, it feels like the right time to get into trades for some, but the charts are telling me no. So I'm not going to go in because feelings, the market will eat your feelings. They'll take it like an ex-girlfriend who really hurt your feelings and eat you up and tell you everything that makes you feel even smaller. That's it's the most extreme way to say it, but that's basically what it is. Have I looked at Delta Theta? It's having a seed round and down maker. I haven't. There's a lot of people that are here that know that I can't know everything. So that one I don't know. Stone 420 thinks, feeling like I missed out on some good alts now. You haven't. You guys have not missed out on any good alts at all. Okay. I love your videos and respect your what you do. And I personally only believe in fundamental projects like 88. You know what, Brandon? That's not a bad idea. If you're not a trader, okay, and you're someone who wants to invest in something that you think will do well in the long term and you're not going to look at it every day, yes, invest in blue chip fundamentals because you can't really lose long term with blue chip fundamentals. You just won't gain a lot of money really fast, which I am someone who always tells you guys, get rich slow, get poor quick. Mindset, right? So being patient will pay you more money than not being patient. And I would like for all of you to think about that. Just think about that for a second. Crypto's a Ponzi. Gambling isn't the way to make a living. You're all debt slaves to central banks and the elite families who own them. Yasharila, I can't say your whole name. But Yasha, you are absolutely right. Crypto, fiat, monetary system, central banks, it's all a Ponzi. It is. But guess what? That's reality. So if reality is a Ponzi, are you going to try and win the game or are you going to try and complain about it? Because the fact of the matter is we are trying to change that Ponzi of the fiat system and make it better with crypto. But everything, the way it's structured, has a person who got in first and that person always benefits the most. That's how it works. That's unfair, but it's reality. But yeah, if you hate life so much, yes, you will stay. You'll have some fun staying poor for sure. All right, pink. You're talking about Pink Node? Are you talking about Dot Finance? Which Pink? Instead of Richard Simmons, instead of being that person who always gets banned on channels, maybe you could actually use your time to tell us stuff. The empire is coming to an end like Greece and Rome. All right, yeah, Yasharalahara, whatever you're saying, bro. Yeah, doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. So that's what it is. Thoughts on linear protocols? All right. Yeah. Honestly, these people are always going to recommend that they know what they're talking about. They don't. Cher's doing COVID thing in Australia. Yes, Sharing's doing COVID thing in Australia and in Thailand and many other places. My camera is being really weird today, and I don't even know why, but I can't even access to fix it. So let me try to do something real quick here. I'm sorry, guys. This never has happened on a live feed before, so I have to actually add a new camera again. And now it won't let me add my camera, so my whole thing is frozen. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Yeah, OBS is it's broken. Oh my goodness, it's working again. Oh my god, I can't believe this. All right, let's get in and get my camera back so we can go and do our thing because that was ridiculous. All right. I think I'm not working perfectly yet, so give me a sec. Sorry, everybody. This is not what I expected to deal with today. So, let me just configure this and get it right, and then we'll get it done. All right. My video capture device won't let me move it, so this is just hilarious. It's actually hilarious how ridiculous this is. There we go. All right. So frustrating, guys. I'm telling you, it's so annoying. OBS is fucked. Okay, I'm out. I'll see you guys later. This is not working.